You know, I remember when I first met Scam Slam and some other people, I used to try to give people pointers as to, or, try to give them advice because I was also new to awareness. So I just try to give people advice when they would ask a question. Now, oh, I see somebody's requesting a box. Oh, yeah, give me a bit. So, I try to do that with Scam Slam and also some other people, and just try to give them some advice as, to what I was using as far as for my phone stands and some other things. So, you know what I'm not understanding is, even though I've been away from TikTok, she continues to talk about me. For what reason? I don't know. Now, this is what I see as a pattern. And I'm going to put it out there without holding anything back. What I see as a pattern, the way Scam Slam has went after Florida Man for well over a year, nonstop, and let me put this out there. I'm going to put this out there right now. Florida Man is incarcerated. Florida Man is incarcerated. Another reason they got upset with me is because I would not involve myself in what was going on between Scam. Florida Man is incarcerated. Another reason they got upset with me is because I would not involve myself in what was going on between Scam Slam and Florida Man and another individual. I was not going to get in the middle of that because it was a back and forth. And Scam Slam kept poking at the bear. It is. It's an obsession. It really is an obsession. When somebody is so obsessed with somebody that they continuously, and like I said, Florida Man is incarcerated. And they continue to talk about him even though he's off the app, he's in jail, and they continue to talk about Florida Man even though he's been in jail. That's being overly obsessed. Now, they're doing the same thing to me. They're doing the same thing to the Mexican homie. They are being super obsessed. They can't stop talking about me for some odd reason, even though I have not been live streaming. It's continuous. I don't understand why somebody has to continue to be so obsessed with. Like I said, I've been enjoying my summer. And here she continues to talk about me. So she's super obsessed with Florida Man. Now, it seems like she has an obsession with me and continuously talking about me when I have not even been live streaming. So not only has she just been continuously throwing false allegations out there, I want to know, because Scam Slam is saying that I am friends and that I know who is behind the mouse account, the account called Casting Shade. And they swear up and down that I know who it is, that I am friends with whoever runs that account. I've never had no communication with that account. I've never messaged them. They never messaged me. I don't know who is behind the account, and it's not my business to go trying to find out who is behind that account. That's not my business. But don't accuse me of being friends or messaging with somebody without any type of proof. Where is, I want to see messages. Since Scam Slam wants to accuse me so bad of me messaging the mouse account. The account is called Casting Shade. I want to see any messages between myself and the mouse account. I want Scam Slam, since she wants to accuse me of messaging the mouse account, where's the receipts? I want the receipts. Because without any receipts, then it's essentially, you're throwing false accusations out there. You're essentially saying, oh, well, I don't need a receipt, but I believe, or I know that the Mexican homie is messaging the mouse. I want to see the receipts. If you're going to accuse me of messaging that account and being friends with whoever runs that account, we need the proof. We need to see the proof. We need to see messages between myself and the mouse account. I want the proof. Drop the receipts. If you're going to accuse me of it, drop the receipts. Because if not, you need to quit telling people that I am friends with this account and that account. That's unacceptable, Scam Slam. I don't get it. Awareness has always been about dropping receipts. That's how, when I started awareness, it was about providing receipts and not just talking about it. And Scam Slam is running with a whole nother narrative and just saying he's friends with the mouse, he messages the mouse, he knows who's the mouse, who runs the mouse account. I'm sorry. Can't accuse people without showing receipts. Show the receipts. So now that I got that out of the way, all of a sudden now Scam Slam is telling people that I have sent our moderators to mass report her live stream and Scammy Claus's live streams. Oh my. So that's what Scam Slam, that's another thing I want to address, is that Scam Slam is now accusing me of sending my moderators to mass report their live streams and their accounts, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I want the receipts, Scam Slam. I want receipts, Scam Slam, where I was messaging my moderators and telling them to go mass report your live streams, Scammy Claus's live streams. I want the receipts, because we run with receipts around here. That's how we conduct ourselves. I want to see receipts showing messages that I sent out to any of my moderators saying, go report Scammy Claus, go report Scam Slam, go report their accounts. I need the receipts. Because without receipts, once again, you're lying to your people. You're throwing false accusations out there. So we want the receipts. If you don't provide any receipts, we know that you're lying to your community. And that's just the bottom line. You can't sit there and accuse people of doing something when you know that what you're telling your people is a lie. We want the receipts. I want to see you drop a receipt where it says, go, where I tell any of my moderators, go report their live streams and their accounts. And I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting so you can show those receipts. And let me tell you, you can't show receipts because you know that you're lying to your community. You are completely fabricating what you're telling your community over there. You're lying to them. And you'll never be able to show a receipt where I message any of my moderators saying to go report their accounts. That's truth and facts. I just don't understand why she is so obsessed with myself, our moderators. It's ridiculous at this point. It is. Now, for a lot of people that don't know, who Bob the Builder is, or Roberta the Builder, I really don't know. Okay, Casting Shade. I don't know too much about Bob the Builder, also known as Roberta the Builder. I seen that she was going to be holding a live stream about Scam Slam, and to put the truth out there about some of the things that Scam Slam has done. Yes, Bob is amazing. Based on everything that I've seen, based on what I've heard, Bob is amazing. I don't have nothing negative to say about Bob whatsoever, at all. So I heard that Bob was going to do a live stream on Scam Slam. And I commented on Bob's post that we will be there. That we're going to be there. We're going to go show support to Bob the Builder. Scam Slam is upset that I commented on Bob the Builder, on Roberta the Builder's post, that we will be there. And all of a sudden, according to Scam Slam's words, we're buddies. Me and Roberta the Builder, all of a sudden, we're buddies. I barely know Roberta the Builder or Bob the Builder. I've heard nothing but great things about Bob the Builder. But all of a sudden, according to Scam Slam, what I heard earlier, and I heard it with my own 2 ears, that my buddy, Roberta the Builder, I was all like, there is no way that, I don't get it. Just because I comment on somebody's post, all of a sudden, we're the best of friends. I have nothing negative to say about Bob the Builder. I heard nothing but great things. But because I commented on the post, all of a sudden we're best friends. Like we're tight. You know, A1 from day one. You know what I'm saying? So I can't look. This is how bad it's getting with Scam Slam and the crew over there. It's getting so bad that if I comment on somebody's post, if I comment on somebody's video, all of a sudden I'm best friends. I'm best friends with whoever it is that made the post. All of a sudden, we're the best of friends. And please, nobody block anybody if nobody's being... Yeah, please, nobody mute. Nobody block. If nobody's being disrespectful, let's please stop muting and blocking, unless they are very, very disrespectful. So, I can't comment on anybody's videos because all of a sudden, I'm the best of friends with whoever's video it is that I commented on. All of a sudden, I'm sending all of our moderators out to Mass Report accounts and Mass Report live streams regarding Scam Slam and their crew. I have, Amanda. You know, it makes no sense. And especially, no receipts, it's not going to make any sense. It's going to be completely ridiculous. And I just can't believe it. And she'll never have a receipt. So Scam Slam, quit accusing me of doing things that I have not done. And you better be assured that I will be joining Bob the Builder's or Roberta the Builder's live stream tomorrow I'm gonna get in a box. And the reason I want to get in a box in Roberto the Builder's live stream, because we want to bring as many people as possible into Bob the Builder's live stream to see the truth about you, Scam Slam. I'm also excited to see what Bob the Builder is going to put out regarding Scam Slam. So that's why I want to get in a box, to make sure to go and show support, show love and support to Bob the Builder, Roberto the Builder. I want to go show love and support, and also let's get as many people in there to see what Bob the Builder is going to put out about Scam Slam. Currently, we have over 600 people in this live stream that are listening and seeing what I'm talking about, and seeing the lengths that Scam Slam will go to be obsessed with people. She is obsessed with Florida Man, even though he's in jail. She is now obsessed with myself, and I haven't even been live streaming on TikTok. Now she's going after our moderators, which is ridiculous, accusing our moderators of things that they are not doing. Roberto the Builder, that's the account where the live stream will be tomorrow. It's pinned. That's the account where I'm going to get in a box with Roberto the Builder. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I am excited to see what Roberto the Builder is going to put out regarding Scam Slam and the things that she has done and probably continues to do. But being obsessed with people and going after people for well over a year, even though individuals are not on TikTok, even though Florida Man is in jail, they continue to go after him. He hasn't been on TikTok since he got locked up. Even when I'm not live streaming on TikTok, she talks about me. For what reason? I have no clue. It's an obsession. It's a weird obsession when somebody continuously goes after people when nobody's talking about them. It's weird. If she was so-called awareness, as she claims, she would spend her time talking about the beggars and scammers and focus on the beggars and scammers and quit going after people that haven't been live streaming, have not been on TikTok. That becomes an obsession. And then they want to poke the bear. They want to poke at people. And then they wonder why people poke back at them. That's why I never got involved. I never got in the middle between the Florida Man debacle and the Scam Slam debacle, the Scammy debacle. I never got involved. I refused to get in the middle of it. Because they would poke at Florida Man, poke at him, poke at him, poke at him. And now I see why he continued with them. Because they kept poking. That's weird. You can't... Yes, Roberto the Builder. Yeah, you could have a box. You can't poke at people and not expect for them to come back. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to bring Roberto the Builder up. And then I'll accept box requests to come back. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm going to bring Roberto the Builder up. And then I'll accept box requests. Hey, Bob.
Hi, how are you?
Are you there, Bob?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is it mine?
Can anybody hear Bob?
Hold on, let me come back.
I can't hear her. I guess my volume is down. I can't. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear her. Request again, Bob. I couldn't hear. On my side, I couldn't hear. Sorry, everybody. Okay, let me bring Bob up.
All right.
Bob,
Hello.
I can hear you now.
Fantastic. How are you?
Doing good. Sorry about that. My phone was just going wild.
No, you're good. No problems. First of all, I just wanted to say I am already starting our BFF bracelets, so I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Today was the first day you and I ever had a conversation, so I don't understand where that
Well,
narrative came from.
make sure you save me a BFF bracelet because I don't know where that came from. That just came out of nowhere, and that's what I heard directly from Scam Slam's mouth before I started the live stream.
Well, it's very clear that she has created a web for herself. And at the center of the web is the person who she claims she only spoke about a few times and only talked about, you know, him on her lives for a little bit and then stopped and, whatever. I mean, I think that there's days where her saying Florida man has replayed in my head like a haunted reel, right?
Yes.
Um, so she's created that web, and it's at the center is Florida Man. And now that he is no longer around, it's almost like she sees the opportunity to find any possible connection of anybody who's ever been in a live with him or anybody who's ever conversated with him to them being associated to his behaviors. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. It is 2026, and I'm really tired of women being held accountable for men's actions. Um, and I'll stand on that. But even more importantly, so you can't slap a sticker on somebody's personality, their character, their morals based off of where they may have roamed in the streets of TikTok or what was happening at the time that the information was relevant. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, does that
I
make sense?
completely, I completely understand that because I wouldn't get involved and I wouldn't get in the middle, and that's what I sent you in a message was because I wouldn't get involved and I would not get in the middle of what was going on. All of a sudden, I became a bad guy, and I was condoning what he was doing. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
became a bad guy.
Right. And I can guarantee you, had you never have said anything about her, this would never have been an issue. But the problem is the second anybody points out her poor behavior, it always goes back to diverting the subject onto him because it's easier to sway an entire group of people when they're obviously have done things on this app that were not favorable or horrible or whatever the case may be. So that's what she does. Instead of arguing her own character or even defending her own character, it's so much easier for her to say, but look over here. And the fact that, I mean, there's almost 700 people in here. Obviously, between the people that are in here who watch you and know your character and what you've done on this app, and you know what I mean, and also others such as like Checkmate and stuff. I mean, she just did a whole entire live on Checkmate and all of the ladies who sit there. Um, they clearly it's animosity that she is slapping a sticker on to avoid accountability for her own actions. And if people do not see that, especially the ones that sit with her, if they're not realizing that they're being weaponized for personal gain and lack of accountability for own actions, then I don't know if there is hope for that kind of blind leading or following rather. But
It makes sense. It makes complete sense, everything that you're saying. You know, accountability is something that she really doesn't want to take on her behalf. She could sit there and say, "Oh, I've taken accountability for this. I've taken accountability for that." But then, if you really listen, behind when she claims to take accountability, there's always that but.
mm-hmm.
There's always but Florida man did this, but Mexican homie did this, but so and so did this. Is that really taking accountability?
No, absolutely not. It's um it feels like, let me say this for the satisfaction of knowing that I said it, while also diverting everybody's attention to somebody else so that they are in the hot seat instead. That's what that is.
It
And
is.
not to mention, Scam, when you watch this, there's quite a few people who sit with you right now who were very close to Florida Man. As a matter of fact, Scam, the whole reason Florida Man even looked your way was because of one person you kept so close. You sat next to her in a fucking car. So remember that, because tomorrow it's time for you to take some of the heat that you've been given to other people. And you explain to your people why they're now being questioned for where they were a year ago or even months ago. And you knew about it, but it was okay because now they kiss your ass. That makes sense.
And was it, if I'm correct, Bob, was it your live stream where I seen that you were showing where Scammy Claus was in Florida Man's live streams as well?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes, it was my live that Florida Man was in. I was being attacked by somebody who actually used Florida Man to attack me at one point. And when Florida Man finally stopped attacking me and he apologized to me, and, I got the truth on a lot of things that had occurred, we did a live because it wasn't just me. There was a multitude amount of people who were like just kind of fed up, and I wanted to do a live to stop it. It was the last end all. It was everything that had happened, everything I saw, everything other people had seen. And it was to end it, because if anybody knows anything about me, I don't like to stay on people like that. I don't like the point of obsession. I think it's weird to make your entire personality around somebody else all the time. That's just me. And I can't handle it. Like, mentally, I can't handle it. I understand when things happen. Like, if you're covering a person, because I used to do it. I used to cover just two particular people and their behaviors on here. They were bigger creators, and it was, I made funny videos or I made serious videos. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there was a point where I realized that I just couldn't do it anymore. And somehow I ended up just I'm defending myself all the time. And so that was my whole spiel, was to stop it all. That was my last time speaking on it, and I was moving on because it was mentally draining me.
Oh, I
And
completely understand. And Bob, sorry to cut you off. So, what I was also kind of referring to was what you were showing on your live stream was a video playing, and Scammy Claus was going back and forth in the comment section with Florida Man. Am I correct?
yep, it was that live, and she came in and she laughed it up with us. And the crazy part is, she live streamed my live and like brushed over it, and nobody even questioned it. Nobody questioned, why were you in there joking around with FM? And this was March of 2025. After this, I did not get involved in the drama anymore. And then in September, I deleted my account. So it makes me question if it was okay for Scammy to be in the exact live that was my last live about all the drama. I stayed out of discourse. I stayed out of bullshit. I was done at the very end of March. If it was okay for Scammy, why are you trying to get everybody to go against me? Matter of fact, if it was okay for Scammy, why are you attacking Checkmate? If it was okay for Scammy, what about all the other people? Like, that's where I'm confused. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. When you showed. Yeah. Yeah. See, I was not going to go back and forth with Scam Slam and Scammy. But what threw me off was when you played that video and Scammy Claus was essentially chopping it up with Florida Man. Everybody was having, like a good old time, right? And Scammy Claus was responding to Florida Man. Florida Man was responding back to Scammy, and they were going back and forth like if they were friends. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Oh, he made her a stick figure and everything. That's why, like, people, that's why we all had stick figures that night in my live, was to mock the fact that Scammy had one herself and loved it. Loved that shit.
And then all of a sudden, they're obsessed with. Then all of a sudden, their obsession is beyond wild now because it's Florida man this, Florida man that, or because Florida man was over here, Florida man was over there. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Absolutely is, especially for a man who is absolutely nowhere around here. Absolutely no, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no question, like, is he a secret account? He is in jail. He has been in jail. And it feels like the most attention that you've gotten on this app scam was playing a victim to him. When, in the same token, in the beginning, when he was calling you out, it wasn't like how it ended up being in the end. And you know that, Scam. That's why so many people did not want to get involved, because of all the things that were coming out about you being absolutely gross. And they knew what they saw. And some of those people were in very close quarters with you at one point.
And you know, when I really started walking away, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, when I started walking away from Scammy and Scam Slam, is when they, and I believe still to this day, they're going after Gummy Bear, Sean. When I drew the line was when they continuously they made a cartoon of Scammy Claus holding a leash, Sean as a dog with a collar, essentially like walking Sean as a dog or a gummy bear. That's when I just, it was on a continuous basis, and I said enough was enough. I was not going to sit there and just be all like, well, you know, that's okay. That's not okay. When you make a cartoon of yourself holding a leash with a collar around somebody and like you're walking them as if they were a dog, that's unacceptable. I kept seeing it over and over and over.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's just not acceptable. So I started walking away, and then, you know, I walked away, and I just didn't want no part of it. And then when I called Scam Slam out, that's when everything went sideways, because the fact that I called her out for having all those children on her YouTube, it's I don't get it.
And I did, and I said to you today, I think so as a, I don't, okay, so I was watching a little bit of her live. She said, I don't know what Bob is. I don't know if she's trying to be awareness. I am not awareness. I am not trying to step on no one's toes. I'm not, like, I don't put a label on myself. I never have. Even throughout high school, I didn't have a label. I wasn't a preppy chick. I wasn't a jock. I wasn't any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not awareness, but she considers herself awareness. And to consider yourself awareness, you hold yourself to a higher standard than what you're calling out. You need to, because in order not to be a hypocritical person, you need to not be doing the things you're stating about, right? So for the children on the YouTube thing, the crazy part about it is I remember when you called it out, and I remember her rebuttal being like, I can't go through all of my live streams to make sure that there aren't children. Like, these parents are doing it. They're the ones putting the kids on there. And she was criticizing the parents for putting their children on there, which I do not believe children belong on the internet. That's just how I feel. So I agree with her there. But what I don't agree with her is, if you're supposed to be the one calling out the behaviors and setting the examples, then you just mimicking what the parent is doing to monetize off of it is repulsive. Because not only are you monetizing off of that viewership from the same thing that you're, calling out, but you're also not even having enough care for children's privacy who cannot consent while making a profit.
Yeah, because she is monetized on YouTube.
Absolutely.
I did look into it. She is monetized on YouTube. She went ahead after I had that live stream and called me out, and I messaged you about why she called me out, and it was because at the time, several times, we were covering Quay Plus Nine and a few other people, and I showed somebody, and it's all over TikTok. When people put their own little ones, their children, in danger, and there's videos all over YouTube of people that do that. When somebody puts their children in danger, or when somebody is whooping their kid with a broomstick, I showed a video several times on several live streams of Quay Plus Nine, essentially beating two little ones with a broomstick because they were making too much noise while she was live streaming. So I showed the video, and I got called out for that. I take full accountability for that.
Right. And I think the thought process at the time, and I, as like somebody who doesn't do awareness, I can't like speak for like how it goes on and like how it is in the community. But what I do know is there's a lot of mandated reporters on here. There's a lot of people who probably needed to see that in order to make the proper calls. Because if somebody is beating their child online with a broomstick, Lord only knows what is happening when that camera is off.
Yes.
And that's scary. That's frightening. That is actual danger. And that is an actual situation where authorities do need to come in. If you harm a child, absolutely. I 100% agree. But for the criticism of it on Scam's part, it kind of makes me feel like what she said, like, what are you against me calling out scammers and beggars and P3DOs, Bob? No, but then are you against calling out child abuse? Because that can work both ways, Scam.
It does. Another instance, and I put it in the message, was the same individual, Quay Plus Nine, had a newborn baby. They were driving down the street, and she was live stream. I mean, all this was on a live stream, and they were live streaming, and the baby it's a newborn baby. Was not in a car seat, and Quay Plus Nine's cousins were handing off the baby to each other in the back seat while driving down the road. That's a newborn baby, so I had to show.
Scary and absolutely terrifying.
I had to show the danger that they were putting that newborn baby in. I had to show it because then nobody would believe me if I just said it. If I just said, "Oh wow." They put the newborn baby in danger, no car seat. They were handing the baby off in the vehicle while the vehicle was moving. Then if I don't provide a receipt and show it, I have never not provided receipts when I talk about something, especially of that nature. So I showed it. Yes, I did. I played the video for everybody on several live streams. I take full accountability, but that's somebody putting their children in danger.
Yeah, that's kind of like one of those lesser of two like evils, so to speak, kind of situations where you have to decide where where you have to cross one line for one other line to be acknowledged, and which line is more serious, So I understand that. Whereas, somebody begging on TikTok is not, child abuse. It's not. And so when she has people's kids on there, it's not for the sake of the safety of the child. It's just for the sake of her saving herself time from actually doing things the correct way. That way she could push out more content. So that's where the difference lies in the two. So she's comparing apples and oranges is what she's doing.
Yeah, and I get it where people say, well, how come you didn't blur the kid's face out, stuff of that nature. I've taken accountability for that. I sure have.
Yeah.
I never denied it. But when I see somebody putting their kids in danger like that, I'm going to show it. Because if not, nobody will believe me if I just say that somebody's doing something and not show it.
Right.
So yeah, I took accountability. That's fine, but this whole thing with Scam Slam and what kind of made it even worse was when I said I seen 10 to 15 videos on her YouTube with people's children on there, not even redacted. She held a live stream after I did mine and said, "Well, you're wrong, Mexican homie. There's more than 50 videos with people's children on my YouTube." Like a slap in the face to me, as if to say, "Haha, you said 10 to 15. There's more than 50."
Yeah, that's absolutely insane because accountability is acknowledging that you've done something, which you've done that. You've also displayed change behavior because have you done it since? And the same cannot be said for scam. So it, I think what screwed her up there was you did take the accountability and you haven't been doing it, but she still is. So she can't call you out on that anymore because there's still no change behavior on her part. So now she has gone and resorted to, well, the Mexican homie has all of Florida man's people in his lives. And do you know that people are individuals? I know that people are individuals because up until tomorrow, I've never called out anybody for who they sat with or what lives they were in or what boxes they were in, as in that is their behavior and they are absolutely 100% linked to that other person's behavior up
Yeah,
until tomorrow.
and you know, I have always said our live streams are open to everybody, unless somebody's very very disrespectful in the comment section while we're having live streams. If somebody's very very disrespectful, we're gonna block you. And yes, I blocked Scam Slam. I blocked Scammy Claus. I didn't, I was not going to do the whole back and forth because I seen what they did with Florida Man. They kept poking at Florida Man. They kept poking at him and poking at him. So I blocked them. So they resorted to trying to say, well, he blocked us because he didn't want us to go say our piece. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing the whole back and forth. But it's wild behavior to continue to be obsessed with people and then start being obsessed with our moderators. And then I guess I just can't have certain people in the live streams, or I can't comment on your videos no more because all of a sudden, I guess I'm a bad guy for commenting on your videos. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, so what's funny is she blocked me and never let me speak my piece. Scammy as well. Let me come in for like through profanities at me and then drop me that. So really, and then obviously. So I don't understand what the grief with that is because it's not like it's nothing she doesn't do to other people. She has her boundaries that she sets for herself. But when other people set their boundaries, it's an issue. That's a red flag. When people expect you to respect their boundaries, when you cannot give the same in return, that is a red flag. That is expecting more from others than you would actually give. And that is not okay. Um, Also, as far as being a bad guy for commenting on my videos, I don't know if anybody hasn't noticed up until this point has she ever shown where I've done anything, even remotely close to anything she's ever done. I do not dox. I do not look into people's real lives. When people have sent me information, I have absolutely made sure that it was redacted to the greatest extent. I keep everything on this internet. Um, I do not like go for the lowest of blows. I'm not that type of person. So I would like to know what makes me such a horrible person because I wasn't a horrible person up until the point where I exposed a conversation that her and I had of her admitting that she wasn't going to correct the fact that she went along with a lie that an SA claim was on a PO that she was there to receive with said person. And when I showed her the conversation and the proof, when I showed her the live where it was said that she was in, when I gave her all of that, she told me she wasn't good. I gave that information to the appropriate person because I don't know about you, but I'm sure you do agree that false SA claims are very harmful. So that's how far that she was able to take it with FM. So I can only imagine the extent she would have went to if you guys kept going back and forth. I can
Yeah.
only imagine how far she would have taken it.
And I put my past out there for everybody to know, and that was that. That way, nobody could use that against me. So it was better to be 10 steps ahead than 10 steps behind. But
Yeah.
I don't understand the obsession. I don't understand false accusations. I don't. And like I said, I haven't been live streaming. We've been enjoying our summer, but Scam Slam continues to go and go and go and talk about me, even though I haven't been live streaming. I haven't. So you could only imagine how many live streams they're going to have now because I held this one and you're in a box, and because of who we have in the live stream, who's commenting in the comments, they're going to come after me and say, oh, well, this person supported Florida Man, this person sat with Florida Man, this person was friends with Florida Man. They're going to hold, I don't know, a multitude of live streams because we're having this conversation and who's in here, and it's going to be ridiculous. But I'd rather talk about this and call them out on their obsessions because they're just obsessed.
Yeah, and like let's not fail to forget something, and this is for the people who are eating up her words like they're candy. There will come a day where you will be on the other side of this. There is a reason why the turnover rate in scams groups is so high. And there's a reason why certain people have never left her side. And when I tell you that if you're not noticing the pattern of the fact that these topics are being used against people as a weapon and not as true reflection of who they are, it could be you one day who may find yourself absolutely isolated from her and her group. And it could be you one day wanting to tell your truth or wanting people to hear you and not being listened to based off of who you once sat with. Karma is real. Shit does come back around.
Very true. I appreciate you, Bob the Builder, Roberta the Builder, for getting in a box.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you so much.
Oh, no. I look forward to tomorrow's live stream. If you're not following Bob, please follow Bob, Roberta the Builder. She will be holding a live stream tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, right? Go ahead, Bob.
And thank you so much. Thank you, followers, there for the support. Thank you for letting me, because I came back April trying to show some things, and I was immediately marked, and like lives were held, like Florida Man's people, and even though I had proven that I was not involved in any of that, it wasn't enough. So to finally be able to speak and show some things that I've been wanting to show and wanting people to see, I would really appreciate it if people would, if you're following my account, if you could take a look at my videos, read the messages, read the things that are on the screen. I know sometimes it's exhausting, but it's really important to have that information when walking into any situation that you're unsure of. And I know I'm like new territory, so thank you very much. I appreciate everyone, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate Mrs. Homey. So thank you.
You're very much welcome, Bob. Thank you for getting in the box, and I'm glad we had a little bit of a discussion before tomorrow's live stream. So for the people that don't know, it's going to be 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, and 6 Pacific. That way everybody.
Alrighty.
And follow Roberta the Builder. Please follow Roberta the Builder and join tomorrow's live stream.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Bob.
much. And I'm going to hop on. I hope you have a beautiful night.
You have a blessed evening.
You as
That was a very productive conversation. I just want to thank everybody that came and listened to what was going on, because it's kind of crazy, this whole situation. I'm just going to see what transpires out of all this. So tomorrow I am going to be getting in Bob's live stream in her boxes to show support and love. And I just ask that everybody please go and support Bob. If you're not following Bob, Roberta the Builder, please follow. Oh, I forgot you were requesting a box. Go ahead.
You're okay. I'm usually forgettable. I want to clear up the rumor that I sent you to go attack them people because my kid was posted on that YouTube.
You
did not send anybody to go attack anybody back of my kid being posted on YouTube. So I want to clear that rumor up. Homie does not go and attack people, period. I also want to address the green screen of me reflecting on the behavior I exhibited out of anger towards her for my son being posted. That apology was to you for me, because I was once in a situation where I got into it with somebody and I didn't get a chance to apologize because they passed away. And I don't want that on my conscience. I have since been streaming birds, okay? Like, I don't mess with nobody.
Thank you, Truth. Yeah, you didn't send me to do anything. Nobody sent me to do anything. I called out what I called out, and it's led to this, which is fine. I just, hey, that's just it. And thank you, Truth, for coming up here and also reiterating that as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Tell Mrs. Homie hi for me.
You're welcome. You have a blessed evening.
You too.
Thank you. I want to thank everybody. I really do. I was not going to make this long because there's no point in making a long live stream about this. There's just no point in it. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy my evening. Whatever happens, happens. But see everybody tomorrow at Bob's. Have a blessed evening. And thank you for supporting us and bringing awareness. What was that, Miss Homie? Oh, yeah. Don't forget to go sign Cam's Law. Type in CAMS, CAMS, LAW, CAMS Law. It's Children Over Monetization. Please go sign. It's on change.org. So it's CAMS, LAW. It's on change.org. Please go sign it. It's Children Over Monetization. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to get out of here.
There we go. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and trying to take my life away. I put up with me, my back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me, cause I'm coming for way many men. Many men wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Put money on my head, gone. Get your refund. I ain't dead. I'm the diamond in the dirt that ain't been found. I'm the underground king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rhyme, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest. Something like Ali in his prime. I walk the block with the bundles. I've been knocking the humble. Swing the ox when I rumble. Shut. Got a temper. Go ahead. Lose your head. Turn your back on me. I walk around on my waist. Chip on my shoulder top. This beef ain't no many men. Many men. Wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men. Wish death sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. Death gotta be easy, cause life is hard. It'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. This is for my on the block. The cigars, for the on lock. Doing life behind bars. I don't see only God can judge me, cause I see things clear. Quick as I give my black the 100 years. I'm like Paulie and Goodfellas. You can call me the Don. Like Malcolm by any means, with my in my palm. Slim switch sides on me. Ride on me. I thought we was cool. Why you want me to die? Homie. Many men. Many men. Wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men. Wish death every night. I talk to God, but he don't say nothing back. I know he protected me, but I still stay with my nightmares. Keep pulling on me. Cypher said some dumb put a hex on me. The feds didn't know much when Pop got. I got a kite from the pins that told me Tuck got knocked. I ain't gonna spell it out for you all the time. Are you illiterate? You can't read between the lines. In the Bible it says, what goes around comes around. I mean, 3 weeks later he got down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason. Cause he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't breathing. Many men. Many men. Wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men. Wish death upon me.
Have a blessed evening, everybody. I'm out of here.